Hey everyone, Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. Today is another What Sold on eBay today. Once again, I am Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. If you're not subscribed, definitely go down there and click the subscribe button. Click the bell for notifications. And at any time in this video, if you learned anything, definitely click the like button and leave a comment below. I love your comments. I love reading them every single day, and I really appreciate everyone's support. We just zoomed past 5,000 followers. We're getting close to 6,000, so I definitely appreciate it. Also, a friendly reminder to watch this in 2 times. Click the gear down below. You can actually coast through this with ease. If you're someone like myself who doesn't have much time in the day, I'm glad to be back here on YouTube and doing a lot of stuff on Steemit and on DTube. So let's get right into it. First, today we have this Steiff teddy bear from, it was a replica from 1930. It is not from 1930. It is from 1984. I bought a huge collection of Steiff bears about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. These ones actually sat for a while. I just noticed that this bear is sitting on a Teddy Ruxpin box. I've just noticed that right now. That's so funny. Anyways, this one was a 14-inch bear. I actually hate to get rid of this thing, and it's funny because like I'm a guy, and you know guys don't necessarily like plush and things like that. But I was really attached to this bear. There was a little tiny one too. This is like kind of like a mama bear. Anyways, it's a squeaker. You could squeak. You can press the stomach and it squeaks. This one, like I said, let me go back a little bit. So I purchased a collection of bears. I went to a local thrift shop and they had like bags and bags of plush, and they said if I wanted to go through it. I went through the whole thing. I pulled out all the Steiffs, of course. And for those that don't know, Steiff is definitely a product to look for. You're going to see these little tags on them, and they have been around for, I want to say almost actually over 100 years. I think one of the telltale signs is this kind of little pin tack in their little tag right here. This one happens to be a reissue and stuff like that. Even the older ones usually don't have these little hang tags like this one. They go for a pretty good amount of money. This one actually had a little bit of wear on the feet, and this ended up selling. I think I took a best offer for this. This didn't sell for $50. It is probably worth way more than that. If I haven't checked any price guides on Steiffs in a long time. But anyways, I paid $5 for this. Like I said, I went through that whole bag of Steiffs. Actually, it was a bag of plush and pulled out all the Steiffs and a couple of other things I thought were big worth something. So Steiff is a bolo. Keep an eye out for those. The things that actually do, I hate to go on a side thing here with this, but a lot of the Steiffs that are the most expensive ones that are of course, the vintage ones go for a lot more. The ones that are not bears, like ducks, cats, like weird animals that are old, go for a lot of money. So definitely check that out. Next up, we have this 14-ounce tribal copper bracelet. I actually got this for $1 at a Goodwill. This thing was super, super heavy, and I saw it in the case. There was a special, it was like a half-off day or something ridiculous, and this was super cheap. And I was looking at it through the case, and I didn't realize it was copper at all when I bought it. I just thought it was old looking, and it is a currency jewelry. So basically, how do I explain this? So I guess in African cultures, they're kind of like money. So it's basically like a form of currency that you can wear, and you can exchange it for that. Now I'm not exactly sure what kind of tribe this was from, even though I did do some extensive research on this when I got it. Anyways, 14 ounces doesn't sound like much, but this thing is super heavy. Just being around it smells like a huge penny. Like it just gave off this like crazy copper smell. This thing weighed a ton. Basically $5.99 shipping. I think I took a best offer for like 20 something for this. Like I said, I paid $1 for this. I even think I paid less for this. So definitely look out for these kind of intricate, detailed copper bracelets if you can find them. Some of them actually go for a pretty good amount of money if you go and do some research on these, if you have some time to do that. Next up, we have this Hallmark Lionel ornament. Now, I should probably do some more videos on Hallmark ornaments because I've really been into those for over a decade, and there's a lot of knowledge there. Anyways, we'll do that another. Maybe we'll do a Know Your Stuff Hallmark ornament video. If you want to see a Hallmark video on ornaments and what to look for, click the like button. If we get over 10 likes, then I will definitely think about that. So this is actually a loose one. It doesn't have a box. I bought a huge collection of Hallmark train ones. Now, for the most part, the train ones are actually worth getting if you can get them for $1 or less, especially if you get them in the boxes. There's actually some train ones that go for a pretty good amount of money in the $50, $60 range that are in the boxes, especially like they're kind of like these weird glass blown ones, so look out for those too. Anyways, let's get back to this. This was I bought a collection. I ended up selling the whole lot, and I actually forgot that this was in a bag, so it was supposed to be part of this whole collection. I was like, let me put it up for $10 and see if it sold. Sure enough, this thing sold. As a matter of fact, I want to say this is actually part of a 2-pack. So not even it was not even complete, didn't even have the box. This sold really quick for $10. It was in amazing condition. And just a pro tip for you guys, if you just look on the bottom, it'll actually give you all the information you need. It'll give you the year, which you can basically, every year they came out with a train set and a different kind of train thing. So this is how you look those up by the year. As you see, this one was 2002. Next up, we have these Tyco 1993 HO slot car Harley Davidson. This is actually a great story. I love this story here. I was digging through, how do I explain this? So one of the thrift shops I go to, they have a dump area where basically someone comes every day and picks up all the stuff that is donated that they can't sell. So every day a big truck comes, they take all the stuff, and they've allowed me over the years through pure just talking to the managers and going there for years, I became familiar. They let me go and dig through some of that stuff that's in the back that needs to go out. And I can't tell you guys how many things I found that was going to be it's not they don't throw it away. It's actually, someone else takes it, and I don't know what they do. I think they go through all that stuff and sell it too. But anyways, I found these in the bottom of a toy, just a bag of just junk toys, and I knew exactly what these were. These things were in mint condition. Like, I was so surprised to find these. For those that don't know, I should probably do a Know Your Stuff Tyco video, as a matter of fact. God, there's so many videos I need to do. There's so many things that I know about over the years. Anyways, I'm going off on a little rant. This is a little tiny car. It's not quite 1/72nd scale, which is the Hot Wheels scale. It's like 1/57 scale, or it's HO scale, which is not exactly 1/64. I meant, I think it's like 150 something, 157. I can't believe it. Anyways, this set loose has sold as high as $80. So anyways, I bought these for $1 for both of these. I said, I'll give you 50 cents each for these, sure. I even didn't know how much these were when I first saw them, but I knew about HO slot car Tyco things. This sold really quick for $60 with free shipping. So definitely check out those. Next up, we have the Star Wars DVD. Actually, yesterday I talked about the Empire Strikes Back one. This one sold for $14.95 right after that one. I've told you guys before to look out for these bronze DVD Star Wars things. Now, they're not the older ones, the newer ones. Episode 1, 2, and 3, those don't sell very well. These ones sell very well because they came out in a 4-pack. This was before the prequels, and the original footage is on these ones. I think that's why collectors gravitate towards these ones. Look out for this bronze widescreen limited edition thing. If you see these in the CDs in condition, they actually have an insert in them too. As you can see here, there's this little insert. Make sure they have those too. And the disc is clean. And these actually sell for a pretty good amount of money. People just pass this up because they think Star Wars, it's, they've produced millions of these things, which they have, but for some reason collectors love these. Well, I'm not going to tell you for some reason, because I know the reason. That has the original footage. It hasn't been corrupted by George Lucas's I forget what they called them, like he did special edition. He didn't corrupt he added new scenes and things like that and screwed it up. These are the original releases. They're widescreen 16:9. Once again, definitely look out for these. So Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi in this particular style of bronze case. keep a lookout for those. Speaking about Hallmark ornaments, I got this Star Trek ornament at a garage sale for 50 cents. It sold for, I didn't think I sold this for $50, but it was pretty high up there. Definitely look out for Star Trek ornaments. Not all of them are going to be worth a ton. This one happened to be one of those ones I was telling you guys earlier about the blown glass ones. Whenever you see blown glass, it's got this frosted kind of look on them, and they're Hallmark ornaments, and they're not just bears or something generic, but they're actually like specific things like Lionel trains, Star Trek, Star Wars. When you see the kind of ones like this, they're actually worth a pretty good amount of money. So just do your research on this. Like I said, I paid 50 cents for this. I didn't know exactly how much this one was going for, but you know, when you do this long enough, you know things that, you know, 50 cents, I'm going to buy it. Even if it doesn't sell, you know, 50 cents is a good gamble. Always, you know, go with your gut. I've been doing this for 30 years, and I know, like, I can just see something and be like, okay, that I can at least, you know, 50 cents, I can at least get $10 for that, or I at least can get $7 for that. I was very surprised when I got home and I did the research on this one that it was actually a very sought after Star Trek Hallmark ornament, just like some of the original ships are. Anyways, that was that. Just make sure that you ship these very well. You know, you have them, they don't rattle around and everything, because these blown glass ornaments can get damaged. And over time, I don't know if you can see it, over time, some of these things actually crack because of just the way they are sealed from the factory. So definitely just make sure that you're describing these very well when you sell them. Next up, we have this Disney Imagineering pin, 35 years magic. This was from 1987. This is an older Disney pin. You'll notice that some of the older Disney pins have this weird kind of glossy, weird enamel look to them. I've been selling Disney pins for a very long time also. It's definitely a bolo to look out for Disney pins. Now, there is counterfeit ones, and geez, here's another thing. I should probably make another video on what to look for Disney pins. If you can get these cheap enough, like I said, there are counterfeits out there, and maybe I should make a video to show you guys what to look for with that. There was actually a huge FBI, I don't know, I was thinking it was FBI bust maybe like 5 or 6 years ago for someone that was counterfeiting them locally here in Southern California, and it was actually a huge big deal. But anyways, I want to say I paid like $1 for this. It sold for, I don't want to say I got $24.99 for this, but it was around that thing. And like I said, this is one of the things that I know about Disney pins. Don't pass these up if you see them. Even if you can get these cheap enough and they're counterfeits, you're not going to lose a lot of money, especially if you find out. You can pretty much tell the counterfeits from the back, and like I said, maybe I'll do a video on that. For the most part, you're not going to come across counterfeits. That was just something that was here locally in Southern California, because Disneyland's here. Also in Florida is another place to watch out for counterfeits. So Florida and California are going to be the mecca of counterfeits. And I kind of ranted and went a little bit off the rails on this one. Once again, I am Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. I appreciate your time. Definitely leave a comment below if you have any questions. Leave a like if you learned anything today. I love doing these videos. I'm glad to be back. And definitely click the subscribe button and the bell for notifications. And we will see you guys on the next video. Take care.